between Yang Shu Chun of Chinese Taipei against Danelis Montejo of Cuba. They'll be playing for the second women's bronze medal on day one of Taekwondo. The stony faces of Danelis Montejo of Cuba and Yang Shu Chun of Chinese Taipei, who are about to play for the second of the bronze medals. It was a titanic struggle between Yang and Wu Jingyu of China in the semi-final. That was the clash of the two big names, but Wu won that semi-final, and Yang is now playing for the bronze. The all-important referee and judges are being introduced to the crowd, and who knows, they may yet play a part in deciding this should it go to a fourth round. The crowd in Beijing welcomes Yang from Chinese Taipei. Hasn't been the day that Yang Shu Chun and the boyfriend Chu Mu Yen were hoping for, both of them eliminated from gold medal contention. Not as much support, understandably, for Danelis Montejo of Cuba, not here in the Beijing Science and Technology University Gymnasium. Back in Cuba, I'm sure there will be plenty. Montejo finished 33rd in the 2007 World Championships in the flyweight division, but in 2005 she finished with a bronze medal in the flyweight championship, so she has been to the top of the world rankings, or near top. This battle for a bronze medal, Yang Shu Chun of Chinese Taipei in the blue, Danelis Montejo of Cuba in the red. Yang finished with a bronze medal at the 2007 World Championships, and she is the reigning Asian champion for 2008. And Yang scores. Roundhouse to the chest. Both scored in that exchange. The judges have their finger on an electronic button, and they must register within 1 second their approval of a scoring kick or punch. 1 point if you kick to the protected area of the body, 2 if you kick to the face, and an additional point if there's a knockdown, of which there have been very few today. Standard of competition very even, low scoring matches generally. 2-all. And a near score there from Young. A very competitive first round between the pugnacious Danelis Montejo of Cuba and the elegant but very intense Yang Xu Chun of Chinese Taipei. There was the counter roundhouse from Young, which scored. Both trying hard to land the kick. Flying kick just flicked away by Young, but Montejo arriving with a left leg roundhouse. It's round 2. 2 points each. Battle for the bronze. And on the attack goes Yang Xu Chen. Both sizing each other up, waiting to strike, poised, moving a shoulder, anything to make their opponent think they're about to fling out a blow. And then when they least expect it to do so. Eyes firmly on the other. Young seemed to strike there just as she thought Montejo might have dropped her guard for a moment. And now Yang Xu Chun has suffered an injury. High on the foot. It may have taken the elbow, come up under the elbow of Montejo. Magic pain relief spray applied. You'd think that if it hurt her foot, it may have hurt Montejo's elbow. The 22-year-old Young from Chinese Taipei is okay. And 24-year-old Montejo waits in anticipation. No points have been added in this second round after it was 2 apiece in the first. 30 seconds to go. Again, the referee seeks for them to engage. The roundhouse came around the back from Montejo. The kick can score on the front or the side, but not around the back. Two rounds completed. 2 of the 3. And it's 2-all. The crowd getting right behind Yang Xu Chun of Chinese Taipei from across the waters from China. But weren't able to lift her to any more scoring attacks. And this is where she hurt her foot, came up under the elbow, missed the body, didn't score, but inflicted pain, and still getting treatment for it. She doesn't seem perturbed by that. Danelis Montejo is from Santiago de Cuba. Well, you would think that Young would be favoured to win this, finishing third in the World Championships versus 33rd for Montoyo, but it's a very even battle. That flick of the shoulders of Montoyo yet to trick Young. Blocked at 2-all. Another 90 seconds. If it's still tied, it'll be sudden death extra time. Counter-attack with the roundhouse and axe. Axe kick from the Cuban, but she's been penalised. Warning penalty, didn't score. Young there going for the spin hook, but thinking better of it, pulling out of it. Are these two going to decide it in 3 or not? The bout for the bronze medal. High kick to the face attempted by Montoyo. Didn't land it. Time running out. One good score needed for a bronze medal by either Young or Montoyo. Montoyo attacks. Are we going to a 4th round? We are. Points 2-all. And the penalty. They'll both be deleted. It's a 4th round of sudden death for the bronze medal.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 3rd round has ended. The score is 2-2, a tie. In the additional round, the one who scores first will be the winner.
Concerted attack there in replay from Danelis Montoyo. The last word on tactics and technique and inspiration from the coaches. Out they go to decide the bronze medal match. Head guards on, ready to go. Sudden death, or 2 more minutes. An early attack from the Cuban, scores, and it's a win. Montoyo's got the bronze medal. Young collapses to the mat in dismay. A roundhouse to the chest. Danelis Montoyo of Cuba has won the bronze medal. And disappointment for the Asian champion Yang Shu Chun, desperate to win in front of a Chinese crowd. But instead the bronze medal, winner by points in extra time in the 4th round, Danelis Montoyo of Cuba.
Ladies and gentlemen, the match has ended. The bronze medal goes to Danelis Montoyo, representing Cuba.
She struck when it mattered, early in the 4th round. The first successful attack would win the bronze, and Montoya was going to make sure it was her. So the 2 bronze medals are decided in the women's flyweight competition, and they have gone to Dalia Contreras Rivero of Venezuela and Danielis Montoya of Cuba. So it's the Americas so far. There it was, the strike and the counter-attack from Young, but the counter-attack wasn't the scoring blow, and she had to accept it. There it is. That one crashes into the torso. The other comes around the side. It arrived second and glanced off the arm as well. And the judges scored it a point and a win and a bronze to Danielis Montoya. The coach had just given her a kiss of good luck as he sent her back out to begin the 4th round.